Hello, friend. This is Ryan Hicks of TalkToProfit.com. Today I want to talk to you about the importance of integrity and honesty. Psalms 15:4 says this. It talks about the person who is walking uprightly, who works righteousness, that he sweareth to his own hurt and changeth not. This is very, very important. In life, if people can't trust your words, if they can't trust that when you say you're going to do something, it's going to be done, if they can't trust that when you say, I'm going to do this, that is as good as done, they can go ahead and start using the money they're planning to get from you or whatever it may be, because it's that guarantee that's going to happen. If you don't have that, which the vast majority of people don't, look at popular culture. They joke around about lying, they're happy about lying, they goof around about it. It's, oh, there's white lies over here, and oh, those are darker lies, but they're all lies. And yes, some may be worse in their impact. That doesn't make the lesser impact lie any better. Just because you said a lie that didn't happen to get too bad of a result doesn't make it good. Doesn't make it right. And if you're a person who's walking uprightly, who wants to have a good character and work righteousness, which are all important facets of life if you want to become a person of great success, happiness, wealth, and joy, then you have to become a person of character who, when you say you're going to do something, you do it. And the important key here is to your own hurt. That doesn't mean you go out and just promise a bunch of things that hurt you. But if you say, I'm going to do this, and you decide later, oh, I don't feel like doing that, that's going to be bad, I don't want to do it. You do it because you gave your word. Now, there are issues in business and things where you can renegotiate something. Okay, if that's open, if that's part of the deal, that's part of the understanding that renegotiation could happen, okay. But this is a more important personal thing where you're telling somebody you're going to do something, you do it. Whatever it may be. It could be the most trivial thing, and that's the most important thing. Because if you're not honest in those trivial things, those little tiny things that really aren't important, how can you be trusted in bigger things? Where there's bigger stakes? You can't be. Do you want to be the person who's known as, well, oh, he's flaky, she's flaky. They might do it, they said they would, but you never know with them. Or do you want to be the person of character who people take your word as law? Your word is truth. When you say something, it's done. It's as good as done. It just hasn't happened yet, but you're going to do it because you're a person of character. People will get and they'll argue about the moralization of honesty and lying and stuff, but it's not even about that. If you want to be a person of character, a person of substance, a person who stands out from a sea of dishonest, questionable people, which is what is average and mediocre, people who are sometimes honest, but when it suits them, they'll be dishonest. And they're lying about the most trivial things. They've given up their character. They've given up their value and relegated themselves to the path of the dishonest. That's normal. That's what's going on in most lives today, unfortunately. Now, there are some cultures where there's far less of that. But in Western culture, it seems to be a bigger issue. There seems to be more acceptance of quote-unquote white lies and little dishonesties. But my friend, it's all the same. It all comes from the same root. And this is one of the reasons why I've told people this, to try to help them about honesty and integrity, is everything about your life will be better if you're an honest person. You don't have to remember what you told someone else. All you got to remember is the truth. So whether you told one person one thing or one person another thing, it's all going to be the same truth. Because you're not telling people lies. You're not, well, I'm telling this person this thing about that subject, this person another thing about that subject, and neither of them are even true. You're just speaking the truth in love. You're walking in truth. You're walking in love. And you don't have to remember all these different lies you've told, all these different stories you've spun, if you want to give it a nicer term. But this carries over in everything. People will trust you more. This will open more opportunities for you. to be around better people. Because listen, better caliber people don't want to be around somebody dishonest. They're just not going to want to be around you, or they're not going to trust you. So you're going to be less open to opportunities, have less of them available to you, because you're cursing yourself with this dishonesty. You've been cursed with a curse by your own choice. No one else, not God. Don't blame God. Don't even blame the devil. You're the one choosing to say words that are not true. Now, I also have to be clear about this, because some people will get confused and think, well, I'm not saying things that are untrue. But if you're saying anything with the intent to deceive, that's a lie. So you could be saying something that is true, but you know, as you're saying it, that the person who is hearing it is interpreting it or understanding it in the context you're speaking in a completely different way. So you know that the message you're delivering to them is being interpreted in a completely different way from the truth. Your intent is to deceive them. I'm not talking about misunderstandings and stuff. That happens. That's not a lie. That's not an intent to deceive anyone. You could tell somebody something and they misunderstand it. That's all right. You just correct the misunderstanding, but that's not any problem on your part or their part. So I want to encourage you today. Are there commitments you've made that you've left undone? You gave your word, but you didn't swear to your own hurt. It got difficult, or you didn't want to do it, or it just got to be too costly, or whatever the excuse is, and you didn't follow through and keep your word. Can you make that right? Now, maybe the thing you said you're going to do, you can't do anymore, the time has passed, or the whatever it was going to be can't be done now. Can you make it right to that person or group of people that you said you're going to do something, you didn't do it? Sometimes the only way to make it right, it's so simple, is just to tell somebody, I'm sorry, I gave my word and I didn't follow through, and I'm truly sorry. How can I make it right? Most people aren't even going to expect anything from you. They'll accept the apology, take note of it, that you're a person who's standing up for what they believe and you're doing the right thing, even in the face of doing something wrong in the past. And that can sometimes make things right. Some people may not forgive you. That's all right. You just move on, but at least you made the attempt. But if there's things you said you're going to do and you didn't do, can you do them? Can you make that right? Can you be a person who, even if they agreed to something, they don't feel like doing it, they swear to their own hurt and changeth not? My friend, I pray this is a blessing for you. May God bless you richly.